What is going on, everybody? My brothers and sisters, if you are a chosen one, you are my brother and sister under Jesus Christ's blood. If you're a non-believer, you're my brother and sister here on earth. God created us all, and you're my brother or sister, and I love you. This video is called, There Are Many Voices Talking to Us. One of the really big mistakes that Christians make is when they say, well, God told me. Well, God told me. Well, God told me. Oh, he did? You sure about that? You sure? Well, Garrett, God told me I'm supposed to marry you. No, he didn't, because I don't want to get married. No, I want to stay single. I'm sorry, God didn't tell you that. Or, well, Garrett, God told me I'm supposed to do ministry work with you. No, he didn't. No, that wasn't God speaking. I'm sorry. One of the gigantic mistakes that Christians make is they constantly make the statement, God told me, God told me, God told me, God told me. Children of God, there are many, many voices speaking to us, and number one, we need to learn that. Number two, we need to understand this. Number three, we need to dissect this and learn, what does that mean? Just because you hear a voice doesn't mean it was God. I cannot even begin to tell you how many times I have been deceived by voices. I have been tricked so many times because we have multiple voices talking to us. Not just God and not just Jesus Christ, his son. We have a lot of voices talking to us. Now, let me tell you a true story now, please. There was a gigantic boxing match here in Las Vegas about 1 year ago. It was going to be one of the biggest boxing matches of all time. It was Mayweather versus Pacquiao at the MGM Hotel. The entire boxing world was talking about this fight. Probably hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars were bet on this fight. Las Vegas was so crowded that weekend, I can't even begin to explain it to you, how crowded it was the weekend of the fight. It was mind-boggling crowded. Now, about 1 month before the fight, I was in my bedroom and I asked Jesus, I said, hey, who's going to win the fight? And I got a loud, positive, confident answer in my mind that Pacquiao was going to win the fight. And it was loud and confident and assured and bold. So then, like about a week later, I asked again. I said, Jesus, hey, who's going to win the fight again? And I got the answer, Pacquiao, very clearly. And I remember telling a friend of mine, yeah, and by the way, this is 2 weeks before the fight. I remember telling a friend of mine, yeah, if I wanted to sin, if I wanted to be bad, I could go to the casino and go bet on the fight. because I know Pacquiao's going to win. It's a slam dunk. Yes, Pacquiao is going to win. But I told my friend I wouldn't do that to God. And I don't want to abuse these messages from God. And I don't want to take advantage of God and try to make money on this. No, that's not the kind of child of God I want to be. No. So anyway, we had a good talk. Now, I asked a third time, and the answer I got was Pacquiao. Pacquiao's going to win the fight, Garrett. So it was the day before the fight. I was talking to my same friend on the phone, and I said, yeah, Pacquiao's going to win for sure. So the next day, I'm thinking, uh-oh, the fight's in a couple hours. Pacquiao's going to win. And you see, I wanted Mayweather to win. Not for any important reason. Not for any reason that's important. Just as a boxing sport, I wanted Mayweather to win. That's all. No big deal. But I knew Pacquiao was going to win. I was told Pacquiao was going to win. I heard voices in my mind that Pacquiao was going to win on 3 different occasions. So I'm checking the fight on the internet. And at about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, I check the internet. I get the results. Do you know who won? Mayweather won. And Mayweather beat him badly and beat him decisively. Don't tell me God told you you're going to marry me. No, he didn't. There are lots of voices talking to us. You might be thinking, well, Garrett, God told me I'm going to Africa to help people. Child of God, maybe he did, and maybe he didn't, but you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere until you start humbling yourself more. But you might tell me, oh, Garrett, God told me I'm going to go to India and minister to thousands and thousands of people. Well, number one, are you humbling yourself right now? Number two, are you helping people in the city you live in right now? Are you helping your family? Are you helping your friends right now in the city you live in? Are you helping the homeless people right now in the city you live in? Don't tell me a voice said you're going to India. Brothers and sisters, you're not going anywhere. Let's see you first do ministry work in the city and town you live in right now, in Mexico, in the USA, in the Philippines, in Romania. Are you doing ministry work right now? Because if you're not going anywhere. There are lots and lots of voices talking to us. There are lots of evil spirits who love to tell us things, who love to trick us, who love to deceive us, who love to lie to us. There are lots of them talking to us. Pacquiao did not win the fight. I was wrong. I was wrong badly. I got real upset. I realized I was deceived. I realized I have to go back to step number 1 on hearing from God. And what is step number 1? Humbling yourself, being more humble. But you're thinking, no, Garrett, God told me that I'm going to get married next year to a wonderful woman. Maybe he did, and maybe it was someone else talking to you. But you're thinking, no, God told me I'm going to do worldwide ministry. Well, maybe he did, but maybe it was someone else talking to you. But you're thinking, no, God told me he's going to use my videos on YouTube to go worldwide. Maybe he did, but maybe it's someone else talking to you. We have to learn with the grace of God, with the blessings of God, with the help of God, to be able to hear his voice better. We need to double check on voices we hear, on thoughts we get in our mind. We need to double check. We need to confirm with God on some things. Actually, we need to confirm with God on almost everything. But you're thinking, no, Garrett. God told me I'm going to be the choir singer in the church. That's what I want to do. God told me I'm going to do it. I was born to do this. I'm going to do it next year. Garrett, I don't care what you say. Maybe God did, and maybe another voice is very happy to feed you that lie, to feed you that deception, to feed you garbage. There are lots of voices talking to us all day long. And we need God's help to learn how to hear him. We need his help. We need his grace. You can't do it. I can't do it. We need God's grace to learn how to know when he's talking to us. To double check, to find out who is actually talking to us. To learn how to confirm who is actually talking to us. Okay, we need grace so badly. Praise God.